I knew by the title alone that Donald Jr. was going to be an absolutely adorable episode of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and thankfully I was not wrong. This is the 11th episode of the 4th season, and it's Show Your Special Talent Day, where basically all of the gang are going to be taking turns to show a special talent. It's a great celebration of skills that people have that make them unique. Donald is doing a dance, and that in itself is really great because the dance is repeated throughout the episode. If I remember, it's step, 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 kick this way, kick that way, spin, and wiggle. Quite simple, but also it does require some level of concentration that young viewers can stand up and dance along with and get them moving. I think that that's really brilliant. That in itself was really effective. But we also have this duck, and I don't know where this duck came from. I think it might just be a product of the farm, because they now have Mickey and Donald's farm at the clubhouse. And this duck is adorable. He looks a little bit like Donald insofar as he's wearing a little hat that matches Donald's, and he's got a little kind of bow tie on. He's a slightly different colour. He's more of a beige colour as opposed to Donald white. But he otherwise looks like a very small Donald Duck, and they decide to call him Donald Jr. I did think it was weird that Goofy instantly said, "We will call him Donald Jr." without even asking him if he had a name. So that was a bit odd, but he is called Donald Jr., and me being a big Donald Duck fan, the Disney fan in me really thoroughly enjoyed that. There are episodes of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse that I watch and really appreciate the educational benefit, but don't really get anything out of it as a Disney fan. But this one, absolutely. I don't want to spoil too much, but when Daisy is showing off her talent, with Hilda Hippo is in this one, and the Donald Jr. decides to join in, he looks adorable. I won't say what the talent is, but I really thoroughly enjoyed it. There's a great lesson for young viewers and older viewers here about perseverance and practice, because Donald Jr. doesn't quite master the dance routine to begin with. But with dedication, he might just get there. I think it's a really sweet episode that's got a lot of benefit for young viewers. It can teach them quite a lot. It can encourage them to get up and move around. And for me as an older Disney fan, I loved tiny little Donald Duck. And I just love Donald Duck. So I definitely really appreciated that aspect of it. If you haven't seen Donald Jr. and you're a fan of Clubhouse, I thoroughly recommend it. I think it might be one of my favourites.